Hey guys, and welcome to BH Live, a podcast completely designed to interview some of the most amazing entrepreneurs, creatives, influencers, and just artists around Dubai. My name is Brendon Hansford, and I'm a choreographer and director, and now a presenter. And we're here at the Souk Madinat, where you can join us every single week at 6 o'clock. Come down and watch us live in the place. So this week I have Eddie Stockton with me.
Hey,
so I'm
hey.
going to go straight over to him. And Eddie, tell us about who you are, what you do, where you're from, why you're in Dubai.
Hey, my name is Eddie Stockton from Brooklyn, New York, BK. And I have been in Dubai now for 2 years. I moved to Dubai. Pretty much like Brendon, I also am a dancer, instructor, choreographer. And I moved here to start a business, to start a dance program. I did that. And went very well. Did very well at that. And COVID came and knocked us all upside the head.
Yes.
And off our rockers. So, and I'm still here because I decided not to leave Dubai. I came here for a reason.
To ride out.
I'm going to ride it out. I'm going to make this work. I have some committed clients, and I have made a nice connection with some students and parents, and I'm not going to let them go. Also, I have some clients that won't refuse to let me leave.
I feel like you need to elaborate on that. What do you mean by wait refuse?
They refuse to let me leave. No, basically, I gathered a pretty good adult dance community with my adult dance classes. Like I said, I was brought in to build a dance program mostly for juniors, ideally for juniors, to develop young dancers, professionals, and not just in dance, but and that was going well. But to start to get things rolling, I started adult classes. You know, adults are everywhere, and they don't have a bedtime. So I do the adult classes, and the adult classes were going great. I built a nice community, and although COVID came, some of them stuck with me. Although my job fired me, they stuck with me. They said, wherever you go, we're going to go. And someone says, you're not allowed to leave. Which was not a hard decision to make, considering going back to the States was in a much worse position than Dubai.
Right, exactly.
That's why Brendon Hansen that's why Brendon is here.
There's no good place to go right now.
There's no place to go.
In Dubai.
So I'm still here. I'm making it happen. I'm making it work. I got a teammate here now. He's actually, he's bigger teammate. He's my motivation.
This is the point where me and Eddie known each other for absolutely years. We met on a dance camp we were both teaching on in Italy, and we've become really good friends ever since. And my story is that I was at home, miserable, stuck in England, called Eddie and was like, what's it like in Dubai? He's like, mate, get in now. I booked a flight, and how many days later was I here?
Listen,
like 3.
He told me, hey, should I come? And I told him what was kind of going on, and I said, yeah, you should definitely come check it out. And then we were like, okay, let's look at what's happening, and let's get back to it in a couple of days. And in a day and a half, he basically called me and said, I booked a flight. There was no like go back to it. Like, I'm coming one way or the other. So and it was a good decision. I was like, dude, come on. And he's here, and he came, and he's like, I'm saying,
and I'm here.
And this all just happened in a matter of when did you come, in November?
Oh,
early
December.
December.
Like 2.5 months ago now, isn't it? I had to go home for a bit, and I came back, so that was 10 days in between. So it's like, oh god.
I think the end of November. It was January.
Yeah.
No.
It was January. It was definitely after New Year's.
After New
Year's? I was
Year's?
in England for New Year's. That's definite.
I could have sworn it was December.
No, it was like, I swear I must have left.
The man is working fast. He's moving
10th
fast.
10th of January, I think I came.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Actually, it was okay.
I literally crashed on your sofa the first night.
Yeah. Him and Ice, him and the dog.
Yes, I did. I had the dog literally sleeping with me all night. So the first night, I got to sleep with someone. Brilliant. It was a dog, for the record, just so we're clear. It was a dog.
A dog.
Cutest dog in the world.
Yes.
But anyway, so you've had a hell of a career. I'm not going to tell people about it, but let's start by giving me your top 3 highlights of your career.
Top 3 highlights of my career. This is strange. Now, what you don't see is that I'm way older than I look. And this career has been going on for like 30 years.
I tell people about myself.
Yeah. So one of my highlights is actually for me, and it's a highlight, people may not look at it. For me, my second year of my professional training, I got to do the gala at the Metropolitan Opera House in Lincoln Center in New York City.
Amazing.
With ABT, American Ballet Theater, Martha Graham Dance Company, the Ensemble, School of American Ballet, and I was actually a student at the Graham School at this time, and they picked some students to do the performance.
Wow.
for me, that was a big time highlight. And this is my second year
Yeah.
of my professional training. I didn't even know what ballet and
Have you
grand technique
ever
was a year.
performed on a stage like that before then?
Not
Was that
that size.
first time?
The first time I saw this stage, it was crazy. It was like 4 studios.
Yeah.
The Met stage. If you look at it from a distance,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, okay, it looks big. But then you get on it, you're like, what?
Like,
I
you
have to
literally
travel
gotta
across
run.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was one. Another, I would say, would be I danced for the presidential inauguration for Bill Clinton
Whoa.
in I'm not going to say the year.
Yeah.
You can figure it out because he was
a while
president.
ago.
Right.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
So I danced for the presidential inauguration, and once again, it may not seem like a lot, but
Yeah.
that was a big deal. It was a whole lot of security. I'm on
Yeah.
stage on the national
You're never
lawn
gonna forget it, are
in
you?
Washington D.C. No. And I don't think I have a third. It hasn't come yet.
Well, I know that there's a company that you were with, right?
Yeah.
Which company was that?
Which one?
Yeah, like
Which
there's a really
ones?
big one. Really big
You're
one that
talking
everyone
about-
will know in the dance community.
Oh, you mean the Ailey School?
There you go.
Oh, okay. That's. I guess I can say that's a highlight of my career. I
Yeah.
guess so. I did 15 years. I taught for 15 years at the Ailey School. This is
Yeah.
a major institution in the States, in New York. A lot of super duper professional dancers come out of there.
Yeah.
I'm very thank you for bringing it up.
Yeah, that's all
Yes.
right.
When I look at the company right
Yeah.
now, half of the company had been in my class at some point. I don't claim that I taught them everything they know,
No,
but
you had a hand in it.
I had a hand in it. There
Yeah.
was a lot of these people. I have a lot of professionals in the industry now, in movies, on professional Broadway stage, in the Ailey company that passed through my classroom. And I
Yeah.
think this is one of the things that I am most proud of myself, to say that
Yeah.
I've had a hand in guiding these students onto their careers
Yeah.
that have surpassed what I'm doing. It's just crazy.
Which is a good feeling. And here's the thing, because you're an educator, right?
Yes.
And there's
I
a
am.
difference between a dancer, teacher, choreographer, and educator,
Yes.
isn't there? Do you want to explain what differences are?
Yes. See, the difference is most dancers, they want to, I should say all dancers, I'm not gonna say most. Most dancers want to be recognized.
Yeah.
They want to be recognized as a great dancer. They want to be sought after as
Yeah.
a great dancer. All right. I wanted that at some point, but never, that wasn't, it was never like,
It wasn't a high up goal for
it
you.
wasn't a high goal for me. It was like, I'll take it if it comes. I wouldn't mind having it, but it wasn't the goal. I think I've always been an educator. From the time I started learning, I always started teaching.
Yeah.
My neighborhood dance school that I really started before I started professional training, after I went to my first ballet class, after my first year of school, I realized I didn't really know much.
Okay.
We were good,
Yeah.
but we were good because we had personality, we had energy. We
Yeah.
won contests. They told us to stop competing. We can come perform, but then once I started
Nice.
to learn foundation, once
Yeah.
I got some technique under myself, I was like, oh, I don't really know anything.
Yeah.
And that drove me.
Right.
Because I was always told by society, not really
Yeah.
anyone telling me you can't do this,
Mm.
but from the images that I saw, I basically was told, oh, you can't dance ballet. Why? Because I probably knew 2 black male ballet dancers in my lifetime at that time as a teenager. Arthur Miller, and I was lucky enough to have Eddie Shellman as a teacher.
Nice.
Eddie Shellman used to dance for one of these companies as well. And maybe a couple others, but not many.
No.
So I was always told you couldn't do these things. And I'm like, why? So I needed to know.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to teach, because I also wanted the kids that had the opportunity that I had, but not the opportunity that I had to go to the professional school. I wanted them to get this knowledge as well. So I shared. And that's what an educator does. They share. I learned as much as I possibly could. My first 4 years were classical ballet and grand technique modern. But that was every day. Classical ballet and grand technique. Yeah, I know you hate it. You always tell me that every time I mention it. But aside from that, I went to the Ailey School my first year, and I took more ballet, and I took my first jazz classes.
Yeah.
And I took my first Horton classes, and I continued to do that. The next year, I went to the Graham School.
Yeah.
So I studied at Graham School that whole year. Martha was still alive.
Yeah.
Martha came into the studio during our
classes.
classes.
Get an idea of how long ago.
Yes, exactly. Martha was there in the studio. I know these dancers. I know a lot of the principal company members from way back when.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I actually met Mikhail Baryshnikov. who was in the studio.
Wow.
And let me tell you, I'm going to throw a little funny story in there. I didn't know who the man was. I didn't know who the man was.
Brilliant.
One of my classmates was there with me, and he's freaking out because Mikhail,
he's in the studio.
He comes in the dressing room like, you know,
ready
sweating from the studio.
Yeah,
and he's like, it's Misha. I was like, who the hell's Misha? And it's Mikhail Baryshnikov.
Yeah.
And it surprised me because I think I had seen a couple of videos of him, and he looks tremendous on stage.
Yeah.
And the man is shorter than both of us.
And he's just a normal person.
He's a normal, person. He was so cool. He could see that my friends were freaking out. And I was like, well, go ask for my autograph. And he didn't.
Wow.
So I did.
Yeah.
And I kept it for years in my wallet. And he was like, he seemed a little like, but also at the same time, like, okay, there's some young dancers. Let me inspire him. He gave me an autograph. Yeah. But I've seen him many times since then. Yeah. Many times since then. The third year, more ballet. Because at this time, I think I had decided I fell in love with ballet initially. I started dancing because of tap, but I fell in love with ballet. Yeah. Third year, I took more ballet. I went and studied with two really very strong teachers at the 92nd Street Y. This was every day after school. Okay. Still sometimes taking class at Ailey's. Still doing weekends. At this point, I was going to Bernice Johnson's in Queens. Nice. And not a lot of people, I'm not going to say not a lot of people. A lot of people know this name, but they don't know how deep Bernice Johnson goes as well. Yeah. Right? And I had to put that in there because I learned a lot from Bernice Johnson's. It's in my resume. It's in my it's in my CV. So that was a whole year of ballet after school. Yeah. And that was also the first year I joined my professional dance company. Nice. As a junior. A third year in school, my coordinator, my dance department coordinator, she asked if I was interested in joining the company she was running, which is called New Jersey Center Dance Collective. Then now it's just called Center Dance Collective. Right. And that was the first year professionally dancing. I'm still in high school. Another year goes by, and that year I didn't do anything after school because I was working with the company. Yeah, on weekends doing performances and stuff. Also dancing for another company called Mafada, Lauren and Mafada. Okay. Also dancing for another company, starting working with another company called Sands of Time. Training at Jubilation at the time with Kevin Aiga Jeff, which is now deeply rooted in Chicago. Yeah. These are some of my strongest influences. OGs. Yeah, literally. These are my strong, and these people are still working. They're still doing stuff. Still doing it. Yeah, so this is how deep the training goes. There's a documentary coming out where a lot of these guys are featuring in it. I can't say what it is yet, annoyingly, but there is one coming out. I'll link everyone to it. Trust me, a friend of mine directed it. So one of the things we need to get out of as artists is waiting till people are dying and then go, oh, we got to talk about this. Yeah, we got to talk about this person. Some people are still alive and doing the work. We need to talk about them now so they can actually have a little input. You know, try, right? Let's try. Right. So what would you say, kind of going back to the same question, what's the difference between a dance teacher and an educator? The dance teacher teaches dance classes. Yeah. They teach classes, you know. They may have a style that they prefer, that they, you know, and I'm not sure always what their goal is, but usually it's like, oh, I want to make my kids look good doing this combination or understanding this particular style. A dance educator, I don't just teach dance. I use dance as a tool to teach life lessons. Right. I quite like that. I use dance as a tool to teach life lessons. For instance, my dance camp that I'm doing this week. Yeah. It's hard to get camp kids because, you know, camp kids to like take a full 1 hour dance class because not all of them want the dance class. But you get them in the room. I make a deal with them. We're going to dance for half the class and then we'll do something that you want to do for the other half of the class. Yeah. I got them they asked me to do parkour, my older kids. Let's do parkour. I was like, are you serious? Yeah, parkour. I said, you guys really understand what parkour is? Like, yeah, we're going to do it. I said, you sure? Yeah, that's all right. So cool. I said, we're going to use our creativity to do this, right? We did a 5-minute dance warm-up. Don't ever tell anybody I did a 5-minute dance warm-up. I just told everybody, but we did a 5-minute dance warm-up. Yeah. And then I said, we're going to use our imagination and creativity. I want you to use some shapes that we use in class to make this. We're going to build a course. Yeah. We built a course using just chairs, tables, stools, balls, cones, and all these things. Yeah. And then I asked them questions that they should know. Yeah. Like, how many days are in a year? You would be surprised how many of them didn't know the answer. I started with how many weeks in a year they didn't know. 52. So one kid, none of them knew it. And I told them. Then I asked them, okay, here's another question. How many days in a year? One kid knew the answer. One out of like 8 kids. One kid knew the answer. 365. Okay, good. how many days does it take the earth to revolve around the sun? 100? I was like, come on, kids. And the thing is, it's not always about the answer. It's about active listening.
Yeah.
And why I tie this to dance, because often when we're trying to teach something, and people in a dance class, you want your students to move. You want you to move, but often they have to try to understand it their way. So they ask you to explain stuff. I'm like, I could explain it to you, but are you going to be able to move from the words that I'm giving you? So basically, I was getting to the point of active listening. Yeah. Using dance as a thing. Hey, I want you to move your right foot. Huh? What do you mean, huh? You move your right foot. What's the hesitation for? There's only 2 of them. Try one. If it's wrong, it's got to be the other one. Yeah. You know, so active listening. And like, these are life tools. Like, you need to know your right from your left. Yeah. You need to understand math. You know, if I ask you how many hours are in 2 days, it's an easy answer. 24 times 2. Huh? No, and I get huh a lot of times. So dance is, there's a lot of math in dance. We count from 1 to 8 all the time. You got to move 4 counts. You got to move 8 counts back. You got to move, stop for 2 counts or something. Moving stage right, up stage, down stage. Directional, you know, understanding awareness. Spatial awareness, which is very important in the current. In the current time. Spatial awareness, understanding time signatures, just understanding time and stuff, you know, like life lessons.
I like that, and I'm going to sum it up very quickly.
Okay.
In a shorter version. So basically, the difference is dance teachers just teach the combination, teach choreography, teach dance, and they're good at teaching movement.
That's right.
Whereas educators think about everything. You just
everything,
said.
Yes.
Not just the moves themselves. They're thinking about everything you educate. And I'm assuming this kind of goes to adults as well, not just kids.
That's right.
So in your adult classes, you're thinking about much more than just getting them to do the right movement.
Always. And I find that the adults really appreciate it once they figure out what's going on. This is how I built this nice adult dance community. Is they realize, oh, he's not just here to get his combination out. He wants us actually to improve some way, somehow. And that's also my point. But always walk out of the classroom with improving on some level, some aspect, somehow. As an educator, I don't want you to just come and be like, oh, I did the combination. No, I want you to feel like you learned something and you understand that you learned something. Not just I see it. I want you to know that you learned something.
Good. I like that.
Yeah.
What are your goals for the next 5 to 6 years? Let's go there.
My initial goal was to continue to build this program. My goal right now is still to find a way to develop this program. It was really going well, and unfortunately, it fell. So now I'm kind of revamping this goal. Also, as a good friend said, maybe it's time to recreate yourself in your own image. And I don't know about as more as recreate, as more as revise.
Right.
Being a 40-plus-year-old, you know, you tend to get stuck in your 40-plus-year-old ways. Yeah. Which is not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I also need to evolve so that I can. I need to evolve and adapt so that I can communicate to the younger generations. You know, the ways that we learned, you know, decades ago, don't always work for these generations. But the information is still necessary. So my immediate goal is to revise my image. Nice. Upgrade my image. Upgrade. My next goal is to build my program. Now my program is still going. I never stopped my program because, as I said, I had clients that were loyal to me, and they're stuck. You know, and there's some parents are like, wherever you go, we're gonna go. And the kids they're growing, they're building. The adults are like, no, you can't leave. So my program is still happening. So I still want to build it. But also I need to continue to build myself. I can't. I need to do more choreography. I was really in a good place choreographically before moving to Dubai, but I dropped everything to come build this program. And because we got stunted, I haven't had an opportunity to delve back into this choreography. And now it's time.
Got it.
To, even if it's just me in the studio building and working stuff and recording it and setting it later. So I need to revisit that. I had one piece that I set You might have saw this piece. You might have saw a piece of it in Italy.
A
piece of it in Italy.
Yeah.
But I really said it before I left to come here, and it went off very well. But
Nice.
I feel like after watching it in hindsight, I'm like, that's the end of the piece. Now I need to build the 3 sections before it.
Got it.
So that's a 5-minute piece. I think it has the potential to be a 20-minute piece.
Nice.
So I think that's a project.
a lot of places here to showcase it as well.
Yes.
There's so many amazing
Yes,
theatres.
I see.
Like SEMA Performing
SEMA,
Arts has their own
SEMA.
theatre, and I've heard about a lot of others. Sharjah Performing Arts has a
Sharjah,
massive
and
theatre.
I'm looking out for Sharjah. What's up, Sharjah? I got my eye on you.
Gagging to get people in and because they are really pushing things here.
And now that I've kind of gotten out from my little umbrella tent, whatever it was,
We call it COVID.
Yeah.
I've got out from
I'm actually
COVID umbrella.
What I didn't do, the one thing I regret, what I didn't do the first 2 years, because I devoted almost all of my time to building my program, is I did not get out to meet this dance community.
Yeah.
I saw them here and there from place to place, but I didn't actually get to meet them. Now, over the past few months, I've been doing that, and I need to do more of it because I'm liking what I'm seeing. There's some stuff happening here in Dubai. He's figured it out. He's found them. But what I also realized too is that you guys got to keep training. You cannot be complacent. You can't be complacent. You cannot be complacent. Keep training because there's so much more, and dance itself has evolved. You can't just be a one-trick pony.
No.
You cannot be a one-trick pony.
You need to know as many styles as possible. Versatility is key.
Versatility is key.
Hashtag.
Hashtag
that.
This is the answer actually to one of those questions on your list I know is coming up. It's like, what is it?
You really want to answer
That's already the answer.
So what about your 5-year plan? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's a good one.
In terms of being here in Dubai, or do you think you'll be somewhere else? Or
I don't see it somewhere else. Would I, as being an educator, I did have I had a little bit of a goal to teach at a college because I taught at a college for 2 years before coming here.
Nice.
And I did several residencies at colleges in the past decade or so.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think I want more of that because I like to watch students grow.
Yeah.
I like to watch them grow. But now I'm here, and I think that this is also possible here.
Yeah, definitely.
So if I didn't have a plan to stay here, I would have left last year.
Yeah, true.
So my 5-year plan is here. It's not completely written out, but I'm working on it. Right now, it's a 1-year plan. That's it. It's a 1-year plan, and it's going to become a 2-year plan.
I got asked that same question not that long ago, and my answer was, I have no clue. I have not a clue. I know I want to focus on directing and presenting and still do choreo. So basically, I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever, something may appear, I may be here.
Because we do more than we do multiple things. It's not, for me, teaching is what I am. It's something I can't help. I love it. But
that's great.
I also know that I have a lot in me.
Yep.
Creatively.
Yeah.
This choreography is just pouring out of me, and it needs to be.
Yep.
It needs to be down. Something. Yeah. It needs to become something.
We need to create something.
Yeah. Like, we do.
I feel like we should collab on this.
And there's so much. There's so much going on in the world right now. We have a lot to draw from.
Yeah.
Choreography isn't just about, I got a great combo, I'm going to build something. No, it should. For me, I like choreography that says something. I like depth.
Yeah.
I like depth in choreography. I like a message. Even if you, as a spectator, don't fully understand the message.
Yeah.
If your choreography is pure, it should be captivating.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on there, but I'm going to stare at this until I understand what's happening. I'm going to come watch it again until I get it. Even if the message is your own interpretation. Yeah. And that's fine. As a choreographer, I want you to have an interpretation. Exactly. I don't need you to see. There's no way you're going to possibly see everything that's in my head and understand it. So let's inspire creativity. That's what we do, Inspire creativity. Inspire people to like art and support art.
That'd be nice. In a perfect world.
In a perfect world.
So, looking back through your life, this can be personal, this can be career-based. Mm-hmm. What would you say is the most challenging thing that's ever happened to you, and how did you overcome it?
That's a good one. I would say probably the most challenging thing that ever happened was getting divorced.
Okay. That's
not getting divorced, but being divorced and being separated from my child.
Yeah.
How did I overcome it? Who says I'm over it?
Yeah, still figuring that
out. I'm overcoming it by having a relationship with my daughter. She's getting older, and now we can talk more, regularly and commonly.
Which is good. Yeah.
As opposed to when she was 4 and I had to baby up the conversations just to keep them going. And she'll be 10 in June. So now she writes me, Daddy, da 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 da, and and the conversations just go. And we have our Zoom talks, and
amazing.
It's like an hour-long Zoom, and she'll dance.
And I suppose
when we play.
Being in Dubai, have you been able to go and see her?
This has been a hard part.
Right?
This has been a hard part. I almost was gonna say, COVID. This thing is the second most hardest thing, and it's still happening because I haven't been able to travel home in over a year now. So that's tough. This is killing me every day.
Yeah.
Last time I was home was December of 2019. And I took my 2 weaks then, came back, went to work. We were opening a new business. So I didn't stay extended period. I just stayed enough to, and I just spent most of my time with her. Nice. And I came back here and did the business thing. And
then suddenly you're stuck.
COVID, wow. So this is one of the hardest things, and I'm still overcoming it. Not having a full salary is still kicking my butt.
Because a lot of obviously, I'm a big supporter of looking after your mental health and have been, and you can find many interviews, contacts online about. If you Google my name and mental health, you'll find all these amazing articles I've read and stuff like that. And one thing that I know is lacking, shall we say, in the area, is the understanding of mental health and how it can actually affect all parts of your life.
Yes.
If you hurt your body, you go to a physio. But if your mind is hurting, not everyone goes
where do you go?
Gets a physio for the mind. How have you dealt with that side while still developing your career? Because obviously I know from personal experience, when I've had bad times, the last thing I want to do is work and focus on my career.
One of the things, it's funny. It's great that you asked this question because it's actually something I've been thinking about just this week.
Okay.
I have a really good community of friends. Yeah, really good community of friends, family as well.
Nice.
And I was just thinking, like I said, just thinking about it. I was talking to one of my buddies last week. I have a couple of buddies where we have every few weeks we make sure we have a Zoom chat. We check in on each other. One is in London.
Of course.
The other one is in the States, and I'm here.
Trying to find the time for that.
Yeah. So and literally we had this conversation this week, just talking about mental health, and my buddy Clement Mensah, Solomon Bafana, who's in London, and we were talking about each other's mental health. Like, hey, make sure we're checking in. So and not just and the good thing that Clement said, he said, hey, not just. This is really important that we don't just say, hey, we're doing okay, we're doing good. Like, really think about the question and answer. What's going on? Do you need some help? Do you need financial help? Do you need some other type of help? You say if you need help, because we're here for you. We're here for each other. So luckily, I have a great community of friends that have been checking in. We check in with each other. Yeah. My mom is the rock. My mom still takes care of me. I'm sorry, I'm a 40-something-year-old man, and my mom takes care of me when she needs to.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's mom.
Yeah.
And I have made some friends here, like the ones that refuse to let me leave. We're all there for each other.
But you can't leave now.
And I look after my friends. And I was thinking about that post. I even had some of my family, they're writing me all the time. Hey, where are you? What's going on? Some of my extended family from dance studios. Eddie, I see your post, man. I'm glad you're healthy. I'm glad you're doing okay.
Good.
And I'm checking in with people. And I'm sorry, this mental health thing, don't take this lightly. This is very important. I mean, just this week, I had 2 friends pass.
Yeah.
One of them I haven't been able to post about yet because I'm like,
you're dealing with it. Yeah.
I'm still dealing with
it.
Yeah. So even now, I'm like,
I can see.
And this has been going on constantly.
Yeah.
COVID and for whatever else, but we don't know because it's always after the fact. Like, was it COVID or was it something else? Yeah. Was it something else compounded with COVID?
Yeah, of course it was.
And hopefully somebody was checking in with that person.
Yeah.
And before COVID, we all had our issues. I'm always trying to be mindful of my own health.
Yeah.
Because I'm 40 something and I don't do what my 20 something body did. You know,
I get it.
I do what I do well and I make it look good, but I feel it a whole lot longer than I did in the 20s.
Oh yeah.
You know, 20s is like a day, 2 days, I'm good.
Yeah.
In the 30s, it was like a few days. In the 40s, it's like 2 weeks later, like, damn, that thing is still hurting.
It's when the DOMs are still like 7 days later. You're like, come
on already. You know, so I'm way more aware and cautious of my mental and physical health.
Yeah.
And I ask myself questions. And like I said, I have a lot of friends and I check in with them and they check in with me. And this is important. If you don't have friends, make some friends. Even if you don't, talk to some strangers.
Yeah.
Find out what's going on. If you need to ask a question, if you're worried about something, if you don't understand something about yourself, ask a question to somebody somewhere. You got to have someone to talk to. You can't keep this stuff bottled in. No. You got to talk. And in hindsight, I guess part of the reason why my marriage struggled, I'm not going to say why it failed, but why it struggled, was because I wasn't as open.
Was as present.
I wasn't as present. The things I say to my ex now, I'm pretty sure she was like, oh, well, she had said that when we were together.
That sounds right. Yeah.
You know, but
always the way, right? Hindsight's the one.
Yeah, hindsight. Yeah. So you gotta be open and it's funny, one of my recent friendships, I've been a little bit too open for the person to deal with, you know, because in hindsight, I know it's better to just say these things and get them out and be honest. Be honest and forward. Because when you try to talk around subjects, it just gets
sounds worse.
It gets misconstrued. And then later on it's like, but you didn't tell me this. Yeah, but I did. Yeah, but you didn't say that.
You didn't say that. See, I have this thing now, where especially because I know the people who are storytellers. And I'm like, stop. Tell me what you want to tell me first, then tell me the story.
Then tell me the story.
Yeah. And then I know what you're talking about. Because right now I'm clueless and you're sounding really bad. So yeah, it's a good thing to say. Tell me what you want to tell me, then you can tell me the story.
Yeah.
You know, it's sometimes very unnecessary to work. So to kind of sum up is the thing that got you through it was your friends, connections.
My connections, that's right.
So advice to people out there would be to check in.
Check in with friends. Be checked in on.
Be checked in, yeah.
Exactly. Like, if no one's checking on you, ask somebody.
I know who my true friends are because since I've been here, I can tell you on one hand who's checked in to see if I'm okay.
Whoa.
One hand out of the many people I would consider friends.
Yeah,
there's 5 that I'm like, okay, you guys have weekly checked in on me.
Right.
How you doing? And we have a quick voice note conversation and then, you know, we'll jump on a Zoom call.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough to have more than one hand though.
I have lots of amazing friends, obviously over here. And then I'm not counting family because family are...
family.
Yeah, they're always there. They're always there. So what would you say, a little bit lighthearted now.
Yeah.
What would you say has been your biggest attribute that has helped you succeed in your career?
Now this is the question I told you
and
I was going to answer for.
And why is it important?
Versatility has been my biggest attribute.
Okay.
Why? One, like we were saying earlier, one trick pony ain't going to get it.
Nope.
Everybody's crossing over. You know, dancers are singing, singers are acting, actors are trying to play an instrument.
Especially now. Yes. There's not a lot of work.
Yes, there's not a lot of work. People are doing too many
Yes.
things, and it's like, well, you know what? You can do this, but Justin Bieber could do that. Like, damn it, Justin.
Damn you.
So,
there's new song, to be fair. It's
versatility.
Really good.
Yeah, I know,
Peaches. I need to choreograph
it. But yeah, you got to be versatile because you need to be ready. If a Brendon Hanson comes and say, hey, I got a gig, but I need you to do this contemporary combination. I also need you to do this commercial combo. And then Eddie Stockton's going to come teach this jazz combo. And you say, I can only do B-boy. I can't use you.
Yeah. No matter how good you are.
Versatile.
Yeah.
Understand the foundations of each of those styles, even if you just know a foundation, because the foundational moves may get you through. Yeah. It may be able to pass you through this choreography if you understand the background. Be versatile.
Yeah.
Understand the history of whatever art is you're working on.
Yeah.
Understand things that may be tied to it.
Okay.
You should dabble a little bit. If you're going to dance, understand a little, maybe take an acting class.
Yeah.
Maybe understand a little bit about music. Know how to count music.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a good
These
start.
things are good. And I studied all these things. Musical theater, I love musical theater. Some of my favorite stuff has been on stage. I love it.
musical theater.
You know, Howard University, HU. You know, I did so much in 2 years at Howard. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And Alabama State, I got to shout out Alabama State, Dr. Tommy Stewart. She, in 2 years, I spent 2 years there and 2 years at Howard. In those 2 years at Alabama State, I learned a lot. I learned more about acting in those 2 years than I did anywhere else.
Perfect.
I'm going to give her that credit because, and she was a very a rich, passionate instructor.
Yeah.
You know, and her ways are, well, actors are always, you know, they're not going to be
committed.
They're committed. There it is. Howard University, Mike Malone, working with Mike Malone, working with Al Freeman. These people, these are masters, you know, and I learned more in these 4 years of my life than about that than anything. And I love musical theater. So be diverse, understand more than one style. If you're a good B-boy, go take a damn ballet class.
Yeah.
Excuse that.
Yeah. I got you.
If you're a ballet dancer, go take some hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, and if you think you're good at everything, take Brendon's commercial class and get challenged.
Like because it's literally this is what everyone always asks me. What is commercial? And I'm like, I don't know. Literally, it's commercial music, and that's why I say my choreography. I don't know. It depends what influenced me that week.
Commercial came from popular dance. Popular dance came from street styles, urban dance, which came from like a hip hop jazz mixture, and then you had like Ushers and Chris Browns and doing all these things. And here's your commercial coming out of nowhere. You got Beyonce's and Ebony's and choreography. Like I know a lot of these people too. You know, they're doing these things, and commercial is necessary now. You gotta be diverse.
Essential.
You gotta be diverse, and you never stop studying. Don't be complacent.
Where's the thing? Even the musical theatre auditions in the UK before we all went into lockdown, were asking for commercial, which was unheard of. Like they were really starting again. And actually, weird enough, I won't say who, but that's how I got into a certain place because I saw a gap. Because I knew they had no commercial there, and I saw so much more commercial being used in theatre. I was like, you don't have any commercial choreographers there, and you're a really big agency. I think I should fill that space. And they were so impressed by, not the audacity, that's the wrong word. The what's the word I'm looking for? The kind of finding a gap in their business. Yeah. And then going, I can fill that.
Like, wow.
So they don't have to look for it. Yeah, saw it and did it. So you're the biggest attribute of versatility.
Versatility. The biggest asset, versatility. Being able to travel from country to country and teach.
Yeah.
I don't speak any other language fluently. But in dance, I speak at least 10 languages.
Yeah, you speak loads.
I speak loads of languages. I teach in Germany. I teach in Italy.
Yeah.
I've taught in China. Yeah. I taught in Slovenia. I've taught in Ljubljana, and I've taught in so many different countries, and I only speak one language. Yeah. I had a ball in Poland.
Amazing.
They love me in Poland.
Amazing.
Thank you, Naini Chen. She took me to Poland and she took me to China.
Yeah.
And I regularly go to Germany and Italy, and you just have to. Yeah. If you understand one craft very well, but you understand other crafts and know how to communicate with people, you'll be able to do your thing. Okay. Yeah.
So what advice would you give to, let's say, a graduating student, someone new to the industry? What advice would you give them?
Part of what we just said about being diverse. Yeah. Don't stop studying. Don't be complacent. If you want to really work in this industry, even now, myself, I'm taking, Brendon and I fight ourselves about taking class, but I need to take class. I know.
I need to take class.
Don't be complacent. Don't think I got it all. I know a few dancers that have it all. One of them is Desmond Richardson. That's Desmond Bryant. It's a football player. Desmond Richardson. Desmond could do everything, but I bet if I talk to Desmond today, he's like, boy, I got to go take class.
You're always learning.
Desmond is the man. He's probably one of my, probably, if not my favorite, one of my favorite, definitely my top 5 favorite dancers on the planet. But don't be complacent. Keep training, keep studying, keep looking out there, see what's going on. I made the mistake of taking my eyes away from the industry for a couple of years, and I looked back and I was like, what's going on? And all of a sudden TikTok was big. Yeah. I was like, what is this?
Ugh.
Yeah, it's so annoying. However,
to be fair, I've got a following on that.
However, it's funny. Recently, and it's funny, I have a TikTok account, I don't use it. I found a couple of TikTok artists that I actually like because they haven't just gotten to be, doing
stupid funny stuff.
They're actually creating stuff that looks interesting.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I think I like it. I found 3 LA dancers that I'm liking. I'm going to follow one of them, one at a time.
Yeah, just nice and slow.
Yeah, slowly. No, actually, there's 2. There's another guy who's a dancer, a trained dancer, making really good TikToks.
Yeah, nice.
And he's versatile.
Yeah.
He's got a ballet background, but he's doing Afro dance. He's doing Afro beat. He's doing commercial.
Yeah, good man. Yeah.
And, you know, too bad I can't remember his name right now. I would name drop, but I can't.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because obviously with these interviews, I would ask people 3 subjects they want to talk about.
Yep.
And this is normally where we do it.
Yeah.
However, the first one was dance education.
Right.
Tick, done that. The next one was dance training. Kind of done that one. So the next one is body conditioning, which we haven't touched on.
That's right.
Now, I know from seeing your pictures online, your body's pretty cut.
I try.
Like for a 40-something person, I'm quite jealous. I like to think I have an good body, but
I've seen
we need to go to the gym tonight, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow morning,
I'm with
tomorrow morning. Let's go to the gym.
I'm with it.
I'm with you. Like,
I'm going to bring Goran too. I'm going to bring my
9 o'clock.
my flatmate. 9 a.m. I
P.S.
like
What the other people still don't know is we live in the same building.
Oh, right.
He's about 50 floors above me.
But yeah, the gym is below or both of us. So. Important.
Go.
Body conditioning.
Yeah.
And now
it doesn't have to relate to dancers.
It doesn't have to relate to dancers. It's just
body
in general.
conditioning in general.
This is also a part of mental and physical health because people train, they beat themselves about the body. Body conditioning doesn't necessarily mean I got to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Body conditioning, basically, for me, it means just being aware of your body.
Yeah.
All right. Taking care, having the body that you want to be happy with and live with.
Yeah.
For me, I'm not going to lie and say that I'm not blessed with decent genes, you know?
It does help, right?
Yeah, but dance also keeps you young. I've been doing it for 30 plus years.
Agreed.
And that definitely attributes a lot to my body. But I also realized in the past decade or so, how my physicality has been on a decline.
Right.
So I have to do more, right? I want to take class, but also incorporate more gym.
Yeah.
I have to do a little bit of weight workout because joints hurt from time to time. So you got to strengthen the muscles around.
Yeah.
Be aware of the things you're putting into your body. Now, I'm not the healthiest eater in the world, but I do eat quite healthy. I eat a lot of salad, and I just like salad. I'm not saying you have to eat salad, but just be aware of what's in your body. Understand how whatever you eat affects your body, and this is about body conditioning. You can still eat what you want to eat, but you need to know how it's affecting your body. Because if you want to eat a lot of fried chicken, but you're going to be in the toilet for the next 2 days because you ate a bucket of fried chicken, maybe you shouldn't do that too frequently. You know, if you look at a loaf of bread and you put on 5 kilos, maybe you should cut out some bread.
There's actually a test you can send off for, isn't there? That you basically take a bit of your saliva and you send it off, and it tells you what food affects you, which way. Yeah. If you're really concerned about your body, and for me, and this is, I'm going to let you into something a little personal for me. I have very few phobias, but one thing that has been that I've been aware of, and it's been slightly concerning, is how Black men in particular have been dying at a young age. And this has affected me, not just socially, but really personal. I have, like I just told you, I had a friend pass this week. I haven't talked about it. I can't even talk about it. A DJ friend. A couple of years ago, one of my dance mentors, another one of the companies, one of our first companies, Kwame Ross, passed while I was in Germany. It messed me up for 2 days. Of course. And these people are 60 or younger. 60, ooh. I want to live beyond 60. Yeah, please.
I want to live beyond 60. I want to live beyond 80.
Right.
So when I see a Fife dog passing at 40 something, when I see Andre Harrell just passed like a few months ago, when I see Carlos Sanchez, this is my buddy that just passed this week. This affects me. I'm like, why are these people passing? Mums just passed this week. Mums, these guys should still be here. You know, and because of their celebrity status, it's really right in the eye. And you know, my friends Carlos Sanchez, maybe not as big a celebrity, but a lot of people know him. Louis Vega wrote a really great thing about him, and I almost wanted to post Louis because I couldn't say anything. I wanted to post Louis' post, repost it. I should. And it was beautiful what he said, and echo everything that he said. It's so right. Carl was such a good person. My buddy Calvin wrote this, but I want to. My daughter said it's going to be 10, so I'm 40 something. I can't die at 60. Yeah. I need to be around a lot longer. So body conditioning is, like I said, just being aware of your body physically, and how things that you put in your body affect it, how your environment, how your mind affects your body. This is what body conditioning is. Not just, I need to take a class, I need to take Pilates, I need to work out. No, it's about being completely aware of your body, your surrounding, and how your body is affected by things you eat, places that you go, people that you're around, things that you do.
And weird enough, there's a huge study, and I think we actually spoke about this before, of your where your mindset's at, i.e. your mood.
Yes.
If you're in a happier place and you're in a more positive place, your body reacts to that.
Yes, it does.
Same way if you're in a bad place, and it's been pretty much proven that if you're in a bad place, you're more likely to put on weight.
That's right.
Not just because you binge eat or any of those sort of things. Like your body's just operating
at a lower vibration,
and therefore your metabolism slows down. Whereas if you're in a happy place, your metabolism picks up. And again, food, like you said, certain foods actually promote serotonin release and actually make you a happy person. Funny enough, junk food doesn't.
Ice cream.
It does. Ice cream for about 2 hours and then you crash. But don't get me wrong, like you, I eat everything and anything. Yeah. But most of the week, I'm healthy.
Exactly. Just the past 2 days, I realized I was feeling quite sluggish, especially doing this camp, getting up at like 6 something every morning and still not finishing till like 10 something at night and not being home till midnight. So that's been kicking my butt. But I realized the past 2 days I was extra sluggish. Class last night. Yeah. I was extra, and I realized I hadn't eaten a salad in like 3-4 days.
Yeah, not your greens.
So I had a big salad last night. If you look at my Instagram story, it was a big shrimp bowl and a salad bowl. And I had one actually come in before the interview. I was like, I need to be perky. So
get my greens.
Instantly I feel different because I know what my body needs.
And it's slow release energy, right? As opposed to sugar, which is
which gets you up and then you fall. Yeah.
Whereas, the healthier foods tend to release like healthier carbs.
Keep it going.
Complex carbs.
I had my spinach. I had my arugula.
I love it. What's time? Oh, we need to be wrapping up soon.
All right.
So, we've covered the 3 topics. This is the lightning round.
Lightning round.
So I'll ask you 3 different questions. It's silly. It's stupid. But they're fun questions.
Can one be like, how cold is it in the studio? Let's go. No.
Who would you play in the movie of your life? Sorry, who would play
me in the movie
of your life? You know what I mean?
I have 2 answers for that. You may not know who these people are, but you can look them up on. I have 2. One would be Calvin Booker, DJ C Boogie. He'd probably be me. The other one would be Ephraim Sykes. Ephraim, also a student that both of these guys passed through my studio as students. Calvin is a really good friend. Ephraim is also a friend, but he's been working his butt off on Broadway.
Yeah.
Nice. And he came in with way more facility than me. If I was gonna play somebody, it's gonna be him. It's like he's gonna play me. Yeah. So that's how I imagine I look when I'm dancing. I look like that. I look like that. Yeah.
So they did the leg without the mirror. It was
exactly. It was right. It was right here.
This is from me. I can't even do a 90-degree angle anymore.
When I watched Ephraim dance the first time, it reminded me of my young self. Like I said, without as much facility. He jumped like I jumped. He could turn.
Ooh, yeah.
He's handsome.
Don't push it. So the next question is, if you had any superpower, what would it be?
If I had any superpower, would it be?
And why?
I think I would be an empath.
Oh, you have to explain what that is.
Okay. Someone who can make people feel.
Oh, empath.
Yes, an empath.
I see the American language.
I'm a comic book geek, by the way. I'm a comic book geek.
Yeah, me too, don't worry.
X-Men was always my favorite book. Of course, a lot of people wouldn't want to read mine, but I don't know if I want to know that much about too many people.
Do you want to know everything they're thinking about you?
I don't know if I want to. And vulnerability would be nice, but I think it goes along with the type of person that I am. To be able to make somebody feel some way, some sort of way,
change
calm their mind. Make them feel better. Yeah. If necessary, make them feel worse if they do. I don't know. Who is this new character in
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Guardians of the Galaxy. All right, this girl. Exactly.
I can't remember her name.
Mantis.
But it just reminds me of the scene.
Yeah.
Where she goes,
you love her?
No. And he just, the big blue guy just constantly laughing. You told us your deepest, darkest feelings. Oh my God, Guardians of the Galaxy is probably my favourite films at the moment.
Dude,
and then
Deadpool, movie night.
And then pretty much anything Marvel.
Movie night.
DC, X-Men, you name it. Last one, easy one, work hard or play hard?
Play hard.
Oh, do you know you're the only one to say that, Siva?
You know why I say play hard? I say play hard, and it's funny because work hard is kind of like a given.
Yeah.
You can't survive if you don't work hard. But we need to play.
Yeah.
So we can take care of our mental health and our mind. And as an artist, we need to play so I can keep that creativity flowing.
This is literally, that's what I thought you were going to say, is playing because I don't see my work as work.
That's right.
And this is what I try to explain to people. Like, why do you do so many hours? Why are you working all the time? Because it's not work. I'm having fun the whole time. All of the boring stuff I try and get someone else to do. You love doing accounts, right? Yes.
I beat my kids up in the studio, but they feel great afterwards and I feel great afterwards. Like,
All right, sweet. So I always ask the guests to give a positive message at the end, like your mantra, like something you live by, and give it to the audience to take on board.
My positive message would be make sure that you are doing something that you like. And you make space and time to do something that you like. Don't just get caught up in work. Don't just get caught up in your mate's life.
Yeah.
Make sure that you take time for yourself and do something that you like, even if you have to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
And something that makes you feel good, because when we don't give ourselves time, we get caught up in that moment of temporary depression, or you have to do stuff that you like.
Mine is the beach.
For me, it's the beach. See why we get along? The beach. Even if you go to the beach for yourself for a couple of hours a day, one day a week or something, do something. That if you need to sit down still and read a book, do that. If you need to go look at a tree or smell some flowers, do that.
Nature always works well for me.
Yeah. So if doing what you like means go eat ice cream, go do that.
Go get that.
But do something that you like to keep yourself in a good state of mind.
Perfect. All right, last thing is plug yourself. How can people get hold of you? Where are your classes? What times are they?
All right.
Tell us everything.
I like that. I'm here all over Dubai when you need me. Just call me and I'm coming. No. Eddie.Stockton on Instagram. Follow my page. Check out the work that I'm doing. I am a diverse dancer and dance educator instructor. Currently, I am teaching adult classes at Evolve DXB in Mocha City. I have 3 nights of adult dance classes. We have a fun, great time. My junior program is also there. Fridays, it seems to be the big day, but and then I do privates. I have some regular.
And they just need to message you.
They just need to message me. That's right. I also have a Facebook page. Again, Eddie Stockton. There's a YouTube page too. You can find me.
Yeah.
All of that stuff is there. This is just Eddie.Stockton. There's not many of me, but look for me and a very pretty little big-haired girl, and you'll know that's my profile. Eddie.Stockton. Yeah. We're hairy, long-haired people. Yeah. You can't see. Yeah. Don't let these dreadlocks fool you. I'm classically trained.
Why? No. Dude, thank you so much for coming on.
It's always a pleasure. Having me. Yes.
And guys, thank you for watching the podcast. This is here every week at the Souk Madinat. So come down and you can watch me interviewing a different guest every single week for an hour. And there's drinks to be had, food and all that stuff you can do as well. If you have any questions about anything, please hit me up on Instagram or, again, like you said, any social media I'm on.
Any social media.
And I hope you enjoyed the podcast and I'll see you in the next one.
Peace, guys.